What's up, guys? It's PJ Swoops here. Today I'm going to give you guys the top 5 point guards of 2021-2022 NBA season. So here's a quick disclaimer. So in my rankings, there might be some things you disagree with. But I want to say this is not necessarily make one player better than the other the way I rank it, but it's only about the season they're currently having. An example of this would be anyone who won an MVP in LeBron's prime. Obviously, they weren't better than LeBron, but they could have a regular season performance, but in the playoffs, you know what would have happened. Same thing can go over here. They could be a better player performer or a better all-time player. It doesn't make them better in this current time right now. Alright, but let's get into it. At number 5, I have James Harden. Right now, he's averaging 22.4 points, 8 rebounds, and 10 assists, with 42% shooting from the field and 34% shooting from 3. Alright, so Harden's definitely had a slow start to the season. You know, people were questioning if he was washed because he wasn't acting the same after the foul change rules. But I don't think that was the reason why, mostly because I think that was his explosiveness. He wasn't as aggressive of a player. You could tell that his hamstring injury was bothering him. But nonetheless, he has picked it up lately. In the last 3 games, he had 30 plus. KD wasn't there for 2 of them, but against the Sixers, he was there and he still had that. He's almost averaging a triple-double, and which is pretty good. I mean, 2 rebounds away, and he's basically an assist away, 9.8 assists, so he's pretty good there. I think he's had an amazing season, and he's number 5. Even though he might be better than some of the other people ahead of him, like come playoff time, right now, he's number 5 is a good spot for him. At number 4, I have Damian Lillard. And last year probably would have been number 2, but he's had a slow start to the season, even though he's picking it up lately. Right now, he's averaging 24 points per game, 4 rebounds, and 7 assists. He's shooting 40% from the field, which is the big thing, and 33% from 3 is another big thing, both below league average, I believe. However, it's more than likely he's playing through an abdominal injury, which is pretty impressive. In the Olympics, he had to take some games off because of that injury, and this season he's had to take some games off because of that injury. He's still been playing through it. Even though he hasn't been amazing, he hasn't been like horrible, which is pretty impressive. 24 points per game, despite the efficiency, is still impressive for any NBA player. I kind of wonder how long he's going to stay on the Blazers, though. Like, he's getting money, his family lives there and stuff, but he keeps saying he's loyal. He's not trying to run from the ground. He's trying to get it in Portland, but he's just not going to win a championship that way. Their best chance in 2018 against the Warriors, and they couldn't beat them. They got swept in the conference finals. I don't see this team doing anything, and Dame, he doesn't have the team around him, and he isn't LeBron. You know, he can't carry someone to the finals, especially in the stacked Western Conference. So I just don't know what he's trying to do here. He's kind of wasting his prime. Like, he's a top 5 point guard for the last, 5 or 6 years? And he's just not going to get the results that he wants. He's not going to have the legacy that he should have. Like, he's going to be the player that people in our generation are going to be arguing to our kids and grandkids that he was that guy. But he's not going to have the accolades to back it up. I do think it's possible that Dame's going to be better than 2 of the people ahead of him in the playoff time. Maybe even 3 because of what we saw last season. But this is just right now. Now to go on to number 3. And number 3, I have Ja Morant. So this season, Ja's averaging 24.5 points, 6 rebounds, 6.5 assists, shooting 48% from the field. And the most amazing thing, 38% from 3, and it's 77% from the line. But that 38% from 3 is the best thing because that's what teams would like prey on. They'll leave him open for 3 in the playoffs, and now it's not working. 38% from 3 is like elite in the NBA. He's above average. His career average is 33%, which is below average, but right now he's like a top 3-point shooter. On the 26th of November in 2021, Ja Morant had an injury against the Atlanta Hawks. After that, he had almost a month off. He came back and he was kind of on this slow start. He had 16 and 21 against the Warriors on not great efficiency, but then he turned it around against the Kings, Phoenix, and the Lakers, getting 18, 33, and 41 respectively on good efficiency and led the teams to wins, which were amazing performances. And he shot 6% for 3 against the Lakers and 3 or 5 for 3 against the Suns, which is just astonishing. And I forgot to add, he had an amazing game winner against the Suns, a contested layup. That was just amazing. It's really cool to see Ja go from like a budding star to like he's there now. He's a star. He's averaging 25 points a game. He's going to be on all NBA team this season, and he wasn't last season. Like, he did against the Jazz in the playoffs, but now he's doing it for like an entire first half of the season. That's just great to see, man. And the great thing is the Grizzlies are like a good NBA team now. They're the 4th seed in the West, which is already like incredible. But the difference between the 4th and the 5th seed is like 5 games. So they might make it to the 2nd round of the playoffs, and we get to see more playoff Ja. If you can't tell about the way I'm talking about him, I'm a really big fan of Ja Morant. And the next player I'm also a really big fan of. And number 2, I have Trae Young. This season, Trae Young is averaging 27.5 points, 4 rebounds, and 9.5 assists, while shooting a career best from the field and 3 at 45.5 from the field and 36.8 from 3. Also 90% from the free throw line, which is another career high. Before the season started, people believed that Trae Young was going to be a lot worse of a player because of the rule change in the offseason that changed the way officials officiated the actual games. But this isn't the case whatsoever. He's averaging 27.3 points, which is the 2nd highest of his career, and he's shooting 6.4 free throw attempts, which is the 2nd lowest of his career. And he still looked amazing. He's passed the eye test as well. He's won some big games. And it's great to see this, have a player coming off a playoff run that was unexpected and pretty amazing. To replicate it this season with doubters, with all the pressure, is amazing. And in my opinion, him and Ja are pretty interchangeable for this season right now. Skill-wise, but Trae's stats have been just a bit better, which is why I have to put him in number 2, even though you could argue Ja is 2 and Trae is 3, and I'd be fine with that. However, as great as Trae Young and Ja Morant are, they aren't number 1. And number 1, I have Wardell Stephen Curry II. I don't think that was a surprise to anyone, though. This season, Stephen Curry is averaging 27.7 points per game, 5.3 rebounds, and 6 assists, shooting 43% from the field and 40% from 3, and 92% from the line, which is another amazing statistic. So I think it's fair that I give my explanation as why I have Stephen Curry over the other 4 players right now. So first up is Harden. I believe this season Curry is a better playmaker, on ball and off ball. Even though Harden's averaging 9 assists, Curry has his off ball effectiveness, getting his teammates way more open, and he's an overall better scorer. That's not debatable this season. More efficient and more points, that's obvious. Number 4, I have Dame, and obviously Steph Curry is better than Dame. I don't think that's debatable really. He's a better scorer this season, better shooter, better playmaker, better rebounder, better defender. It's not that hard to pick Curry over Dame this season, and really in general, but it's more debatable over the last few years. And next, I would have, I believe Ja's third. Yeah. So John Curry. Curry's a better scorer this season. I would say they're about equal defenders. I would give it to Ja. He's a little bit more athletic, but Curry's still a really good, not really good. He's an average defender to good defender. He's not as bad as people think he is. And he's not as great as a playmaker this season, but a better rebounder and an overall higher impact on winning. At 2, I have Trae Young. Curry's better than Trae because he's a better scorer, more efficient, even though I believe Trae might be getting more points. No, he's not. He's a little less, but they're pretty equal, and Curry's more efficient. Also, Trae is probably a little bit better of a playmaker, but Curry's a average to good defender, or Trae's a negative defender, which is why Curry's over Trae Young. But thank you guys for watching this video. I really appreciate it. Make sure to subscribe, like, comment, share with your friends, and leave video ideas in the comment section. Let me know your top 5 as well, and have a great day.